Good morning, everybody. Good morning and welcome, the future entrepreneurs. I wish all of you should become entrepreneurs, but I want you to be different entrepreneurs. I do not want you to be like other entrepreneurs. I want you to be different entrepreneurs. How? Do you want to be like them who are already entrepreneurs? I want you to be different. How? I want you to use the skills of entrepreneurship to start a business through which you can earn profit, and also you can transform the society. You can contribute to the social development. This is possible. There are some people who will discourage you. There are some people who will discourage you. They will say, no, for a businessman, profit is the only objective. They are misleading you. Listen to me. You can become an entrepreneur and transform the society also. You can earn profit while you can also continue to serve the society. So, this is possible for you, and therefore, you should become an entrepreneur at the earliest. The journey of entrepreneurship should be started as early as possible. I am in favor that the entrepreneurial journey should be started from school. Yes, if students start learning entrepreneurship from school onwards, they'll become amazing entrepreneurs. The earlier we acquire this skill, the better it is. The late we make, if we delay in acquiring these skills, the less efficient we become. We should acquire these skills. The qualities of entrepreneurship should become part of our own breathing, our blood. It should become again, we all should have the entrepreneurship quality within ourselves. Now, Excel can help you tremendously in analyzing your decisions. What do you want to do? Whatever you want to do, Excel can become very much helpful tool for you. So first thing that we have to understand is, if you really want to become successful entrepreneur, try to focus on improving the rotation of money. The operating cycle of your business should be as short as possible. What is operating cycle? Operating cycle is the day. It is the cycle that shows the number of days in which your money will rotate. You invest some money in the form of raw material, in the form of
Sir,
wages.
Priya wanted to join.
I cannot handle, because I told you, Jens, everybody has to join in time. Now, let us understand what is operating cycle. Operating cycle is when you invest your money into a business and that money rotates and you are able to get back your money, then this operating cycle is complete. Suppose it is on 1st January. On 1st of Jan, you invest your money. You purchase raw material. You spend on the wages of workers. You are spending some money. Got it? Now you start processing. Start manufacturing the goods. The goods are ready by, let's say, 31st of January. 31st January, the goods are ready. Now, if you have got order in advance, you can dispatch the goods. Otherwise, you will have to wait. Now, assuming that you don't have orders in advance, so what do? You will contact your distributors. You will tell them that, look, this good is available. Can you sell it? The distributor will ask, okay, send it. So let's say you start dispatching the goods, and the distributor gets the goods by 15th of February. The distributor will again pass these goods to the retailer, and the retailer will start putting these goods on display and informing the customers. Now the retailer started display on 20th February, 21st of February, let's say. Now thereafter, the customer will buy. The customer will make the payment to the retailer. If the customer decides to buy, if the customer has to buy. So let's say by 15th of March, the customer paid. The customer paid to the retailer paid to the distributor had purchased from you on credit. So the distributor has not yet paid to you. The distributor will pay you, let us say, by 31st of March. Right? When did we start? We started on 1st January. When did this cycle complete? This cycle completed on 31st March. How much time did it take? 3 months. This is operating cycle. This is operating cycle. The money you invested money on 1st of January, and finally you got your money back on 31st March. It has taken you 3 months, right? This operating cycle is pretty long, taking 3 months. Today is a time when people like you who are successful entrepreneurs, you have to apply your brain. How can I reduce this operating cycle? If you have 3 months of operating cycle, in 1 year, how many operating cycles can you have? Obviously, 4. 12 months divided by 3 months, 4. You can have 4 operating cycles. That means your money will rotate 4 times in a year. Let us say, if you start your business with 1,000 rupees of capital, let us say the operating cycle is 3 months, and let us say the operating cycle is 15 days. Look at the difference. Suppose you have finally the net profit of 25% or 30%. So this 1,000 rupees would be multiplied by 30%. How many times in a year? 4 times in a year. At the end of the year, this 1,000 rupees will become 2,856 rupees. Right? What is your profit? 1,856 in a year. Okay. On the other hand, if you apply your brain, reduce the operating cycle, instead of 3 months, you have 15-day operating cycle. What will happen? Look at it. The profit. In the first case, when operating cycle is 3 months, 1,000 rupees will become 2,856 rupees. And in the second case, the operating cycle is 15 days. 1,000 rupees will become 5,42,800 rupees. In the first case, your profit was 1,800 rupees on investment of 1,000 rupees. And in the second case, your profit is 5,41,000 on investment of rupees 1,000 rupees. Which is better option? Which is better option? You can analyze it better. Now, what do you require? You require a better understanding of this concept. The concept of operating cycle. This concept is so important. This concept is so important. You have to invest your time, you have to invest your energy, you have to invest your attention to understand this fundamental concept. An operating cycle of 3 months will give just a return of 1,800 rupees on an investment of 1,000 rupees. And an operating cycle of 15 days will convert the return to 5,41,000 on investment of 1,000 rupees. And if you can reduce the operating cycle further, You cannot imagine the kind of return that you can have. Huge returns. Huge returns. So if you can reduce the operating cycle, you should continuously try to reduce the operating cycle. Reduce the operating cycle as much as possible. As much as possible. How can we reduce it further? If suppose you start giving promotion programs, you tell your customer that you buy today, you pay the cash, or you book the car today, or you book the product today, you pay the cash today, and you will get a special discount. You have to introduce suitable promotion schemes. You have to introduce suitable promotion schemes at each level. While buying the goods, you have to introduce suitable schemes. While selling the goods, you have to introduce suitable schemes. At each level, you have to introduce suitable schemes. If you will introduce suitable schemes at each level, you will be able to increase your profits tremendously. Right? Here, we had taken up how much margin? 30% margin. If you give discounts, your profits will shrink. Let it shrink. Doesn't matter. If by reducing the profits, if you can still increase profit, why not go for it? Let's do it. You invested 1000 rupees on 1st of January. Now, instead of 15 days operating cycle, you want to reduce this operating cycle to just 5 days. And for this, what do? You are here to announce different type of benefits. What are you going to do? You are going to give promotions. You are going to give incentives. You are going to give lot of benefits to the customers. So what do? Instead of 15 days, you bring it down to only 5 days. Instead of 15 days, you brought it down to 5 days. Your operating cycle of only 5 days. Your returns have reduced because instead of going for 30% returns, now you're going for a very small return. Only 5% return. Rest money you are all giving to different people and incentivizing them. What will happen? Your profit will shrink. Can you guess? Will your profit be less than earlier stage or more? What will be the profit now? When 15 days operating cycle was there, your profit was 5,41,000 rupees on investment of 1,000 rupees. Can you tell me whether it will reduce or increase? Now the operating cycle is
Increase.
now the operating cycle is 5 days, right?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, join all students, please.
No, beta, I am just having class. In between, I'll just come down and join. Now, your operating cycle is 1,000 rupees of investment.
Sir, today is network issue. That's why student is late, sir.
Nobody is there in the waiting room. If somebody will come, I'll induct that member. Okay?
Sir,
Nobody is
few
there in the
minute
waiting
wait.
room. Nobody
I
is there in
called.
the waiting room. Yeah. Please don't disturb the class anymore now. Okay? 1,000 rupees of investment, 5 days of operating cycle. While earlier we had 15 days of operating cycle, now we have 5 days of operating cycle. What do? You have reduced the profit substantially. What do? You are giving customer a special incentive. You are running a promotion scheme. Buy today. See, all these promotion schemes have a big disadvantage also. Customers will come to you from other competitors, there's no doubt, but it is your duty now to retain them. Another minus point that is there, that once you give a promotion scheme, customers will keep waiting for the promotion scheme. They will not buy your product unless you offer another incentive scheme. So people will keep on waiting for the customer's incentive scheme. So what do? Let us now, how many days are there? 365 divided by 5. Yes. By reducing the profits, investing 1000 rupees, 5 days of operating cycle, we are having return of 35,222. That means return of 34,000 rupees on investment of 1000 rupees. That the reduction in profit is primarily because we have completely reduced our margins. We have reduced our margins. We have allowed special incentives, promotion schemes, and all those things. With an investment of 1000 rupees, now our profit is 35,000 rupees 222 at the end of the year. Right? How do you reduce these operating cycle? How do you reduce the operating cycle? See, reduction of the operating cycle is possible at different stages. While buying the goods, raw material, you are taking raw material on credit. This is one option. While selling the goods, you are selling it on cash. You are not giving on credit. Is another option. Then you are asking your buyers to make advance payment. If the customer is making advance payment, your operating cycle is reduced. You are outsourcing most of the activities. Your operating cycle is reduced. The processing at your own plant will involve very less time. You are outsourcing most of the processing activity. Instead of spending, how much time here it is taking. On 1st January, you purchase the raw material and you manufactured and produced the goods by 31st of January. It is taking 31 days of operating cycle. If you have most of the processing outside your own factory, you are only buying processed goods. You are buying goods from somebody who has already semi-processed it, or you are getting it processed from outside, so to reduce the period of processing. So instead of spending 30 days in a processing, you may be spending another 4 days, 5 days, or 3 days in processing. So reducing this period will give you a lot of advantages. And remember, if you are in a food industry, this means a lot. In food industry, the wastage is primarily because of a long operating cycle. Most of the food industry suffers losses because of long operating cycle. If the operating cycle is less, what will happen? 40% of the food products will waste because it will expire. If you are a farmer, your food is, if it is not sold in time, it will become unsellable. If you are growing anything, vegetables, any crop, if you don't sell in market in time, it will be your net loss. Some of it will be eaten away by rats and by other insects, while some of it will get rotten. So, reduction in operating cycle at every stage is beneficial. It will help you in improving your profitability. So we have to focus on bringing greater profits by focusing on reducing the operating cycle. So focus on reducing the operating cycle. What are the different possibilities? At each of these stages, which are these stages? The first stage was production stage. The second stage, once the goods were produced, after 31 days, how much time it was taking earlier? 31 days. Then in after production, dispatching and logistics, we call it logistics, dispatch to the customer, to the wholesaler. It was taking another 15 days. Thereafter, display and sales. This demonstrations. This was taking another 15 days. Then we had collection of payment for taking another 15 days. So it was taking, look at it, in a way, you were spending 2.5 months in the operating cycle just because of these things. 2.5 months was spent in these activities and little bit of time was spent in laxity, all these things. So total operating cycle that you were spending was 3 months. What do? Instead of producing the goods yourself, you outsource. Your operating cycle is now, instead of 31 days, is 1 day. Logistics. You introduce smart logistics. You introduce efficient logistics. You reduce this period. Then what do? If you just get the goods, if you are outsourcing the goods, if you are asking your own supplier to supply the goods with certain quality parameters direct to your distributors, you are able to reduce. Again, smart logistics. So just you bring it down to 1 day. Display and sales demonstration. You can have display, sales and demonstration and all those things well in advance. You can prepare well in advance demonstration. 3D images can be sent well in advance, right? So modern tools. You can use modern tools like 3D image and all those things. Thereby you can reduce the time operating cycle of just 1 day. And collection, if you sell in advance payment, you take advance payment. Your operating cycle is again reduced to 0 day, no operating cycle. Here, outsource, and if you buy on credit, and outsource and buying on credit. To buy on credit, udhar kharido, what will happen? Your operating cycle will go into 0. So it is 0 day now, or in minus, can go in -2 day, because now the combined operating cycles can be reduced to just 1 day. If the operating cycle is reduced just to 1 day, you can do miracles here in profitability. Instead of 5 days, the operating cycle right now is coming 2 days. If you still buy goods on credit, you can reduce this further. So 365 divided by 1. My God. 1,000 rupees of investment and return of some 54 billion rupees. That is unimaginable. But this shows the power of operating cycle. If you keep reducing the operating cycle, your profitability can increase tremendously. So put your 100%, attention, put your 100%, energy in creating innovations in your business processes. These business processes which other people are doing blindly, if you do them using your business knowledge, applying your attention, applying your skills, applying your expertise, applying your total attention, you can do miracles. This is before you. When do you have highest profit? You have highest profits when your operating cycles are very smart. And how do you make the operating cycle smart? Look at it. We did it just now. Instead of producing, we are outsourcing. and we are buying on credit, means we are paying for the goods after we have purchased them. We are not paying them in advance. So making the use of credit, using smart logistics, using modern tools for sales promotions, for display of your products, for using like 3D printers and others to display the kind of product that you're going to make, so that the time to get sales orders is minimized. You get the orders before the goods are ready, and you are encouraging the customer to pay in advance. You are giving them a special incentive, you are giving them special benefits for making advance payment, so the customer is willing to pay in advance. These are the tools that you have used. What is the result? Instead of 3 months of operating cycle, you have reduced it to just 1 day of operating cycle. And what is the result? If it was 3 months of operating cycle, you are investing 1000 rupees. At the end of the year, you are having profit of 1800 rupees, and that means total capital at the end of the year would be 2856. And on the other hand, if your operating cycle is reduced to 1 day, if the operating cycle is reduced to just 1 day, what will happen? The profit at the end of the year, 1000 rupees on investment, will result into 54 billion. Now, which option is better option? Obviously, you may say it cannot be so high. Even if it is not so high, even if it is just 10% of it, even if just 1% of it, even then, even if it becomes just 1% of this, it will become very, very attractive profit. Look at it. This is just an investment of 1000. If you are investing 1 million rupees, how much returns you can imagine? So entrepreneurship is all about applying your mind on each of the processes of your business. Focus on it. The entrepreneurs today are not so successful because they do not focus on each of the processes. If you want to become a smart entrepreneur, if you really want to become a successful entrepreneur, start focusing on each of the processes. Start focusing on money, rotation of the money. Ensure that the rotation of the money is the best. Therefore, at each of these stages, you have to introduce new business models, new business norms, new business systems. At each of these stages in your business, you have to introduce new business practices. If you introduce new business practices, that will herald a new revolution. Your profitability will increase tremendously. Right? Why the scientists are not able to become entrepreneurs? Because they are focusing only on development of new technologies. While entrepreneurs are focusing on business processes, they focus on each of the business processes and try to innovate at each of the processes. What do you want to become? You want to become a technologist or an entrepreneur? You have an option. If you are focused more on research aspects, if you want to develop a new product, you should become technologist. But if your focus is on building wealth, if your focus is on generating profits, then you should become entrepreneur. Because by focusing small innovations in each of the processes, you can increase profitability tremendously. And by increasing your profitability, you can contribute to wealth creation. That is what we want. You have to be the wealth creator. Let us understand, in the field of entrepreneurship, is a very important concept of which we call as BEP. BEP stands for break-even point. Break-even point means what? Break-even point means the moment you are able to recover your investment. The moment you are able to have no profit, no loss. After this stage, you will have profits. After crossing break-even point, you will have profits. This is the point, because when you start a business, remember, it will take you at least 3 years of investment to attain break-even point. Can you get a job without doing anything? No. You are investing so much of time, so much of resources, you are getting degrees to get a job. Similarly, in business, you cannot get a return from day one. You cannot get net profit from the day one. The first few years are spent in building brand, in building the market network, in creating the market flow. So it will take some time. You have to have patience. Therefore, after maybe 3 years or 4 years, you attain your break-even point. And thereafter, if you will continue to increase your sales, you will be able to attain profits. So, when you cross your break-even point level, you should have a smile on your face. Now, suppose you have invested 1,000 rupees into business. You have invested 1,000 rupees into business. Now, what do you do to attain, to return, to get your 1,000 rupees back in your pocket? What do you do to ensure that you get your 1,000 rupees as returned from your business, so that whatever you get later on, that will become the profit? This is your priority. Reducing the duration when you get your profit is your priority. You want quick return. Nothing quick is possible in business. You have to keep patience. No problem. Let us sleep. Let us take a small exercise. Assuming your fixed cost is 1,000 rupees. This is the fixed cost. Fixed cost means whatever may happen. Once you start into business, you have to spend this much of money. It may involve the salary of your employees. It may involve your office rent. It may involve your maintenance cost. Whatever it is, once you start a business, this is the cost that you have to incur per annum. 1,000 rupees per annum. Selling price per unit is 100 rupees. The cost of raw material and wages and other things which you have to put in each of unit is rupees 50. And the minimum margin that you have to add for yourself and for your staff and for your partners is 10 rupee. That means the contribution that you get is 100 rupees minus 50 plus 10, that is 60 rupees. 100 rupees minus 60 is equal to 40. So 40 is your contribution. So when are you able to recover your cost? Your cost was 1,000 rupees. Per unit contribution is 40 rupees. You will be able to recover your 1000 rupees when you sell 25 units. So simple. When you sell 25 units per year, you have reached your break-even point. Your annual fixed cost is 1000 rupees. If you are able to sell 25 units per year, you are able to reach break-even point. If you will sell 26 units, you will be able to have profit. At this level, you are no profit, no loss. Whatever cost you are incurring, you are able to recover. This is so simple. So this is so simple. The break-even point, the concept of break-even point tells you in very simple terms how much units you should sell per annum so that you are able to attain no profit, no loss. This is so simple. So remember, during first 3 years of your business, during first 2-3 years of your business, it may not be easy for you to attain break-even point. No problem. Afterwards, you will be able to attain profit. So beginning is always tough. In entrepreneurship, beginning is always tough because you have yet to establish yourself. You have yet to create your brand. You have yet to create your goodwill. You have yet to create your market identity. You have yet to understand the customers. It takes time. In business, the most important thing is goodwill. Some entrepreneurs tell it very clearly, frankly, that you take away everything from them. Just leave their goodwill. They will recreate the entire business with the help of goodwill. The goodwill is so powerful. So in business, you have to create all these things. The first few are spent in doing all these things. Let me explain you again the concept that we have just now discussed. We discussed the concept of break-even point. Fixed costs, some costs that you have to incur in your business if you want to run a business. For example, some legal expenses you have to spend every year. Some rent, office rent, etc. you have to spend. Some salaries you have to pay. That will mean fixed cost. Suppose your fixed cost is rupees 1000 rupees per year. Selling price per unit. This is per year. This is per unit. This is per unit. This is per unit. This is per unit. And this is number of units. Number of unit. So 1000 rupees spent 1 year. Selling price is 100 rupees per unit. Cost of raw material, cost of wages, cost of other variable costs is 50 rupees per unit. Minimum margin that you have to keep for your own survival, for survival of your partners is 10. So 10 per unit. Your contribution comes to 40 rupees. Contribution we have calculated 60 rupees deducted from 100 rupees. Final contribution is 40 rupees. How have you got this 40 rupees? We have got this 40 rupees. This. This is our minimum. This is our contribution. Right? This is our contribution. If our margin will increase, our contribution will. If we want minimum 15 rupees of margin, our contribution will also change. Now contribution is 35 rupees. Now contribution is 35 rupees because the minimum margin that we want is 15 now. Per unit, we want 15 rupees of return. So contribution is now 35 rupees. Now, what do you get? You have to get your break-even point. How do you get it? 25 instead of 1000 divided by 35. Now you have to divide it by 35. Now your break-even point is 28.57. Earlier it was 25 units. So now you have to sell 29 units to attain your break-even point. So simple.